For updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akirijola joins us. Good morning, Aaron.
Yeah, good morning to you, Ayo. Good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you, Rufai. Doctor,
Aaron,
how was your weekend?
Put content for Xander, please.
Okay, I will do that.
I've been telling him to go for the second round.
He's bro.
Okay, so okay, get into today's matter. Let's start it off with today's game. Nigeria will be in action again for a second time in about 3 days, as they'll be taking on Mozambique later on today in Abu Efa. I'm talking about in Portugal there, in that stadium there, and we're expecting to probably get a massive win this time around. Wins in friendly games have been few and far between for Jose Pizarro and his gang. And I must say that we're hoping to see this happen, but they will be without Victor Osimhen and Kelechi Iheanacho. Osimhen had a knock, and for precautionary reasons, he will be stepping aside. As a matter of fact, he's left the camp, and Kelechi Iheanacho had personal reasons, and he's also left the camp. So at the moment, we'll be having more players getting a feel of the game. It is match day today, and we're expecting the Super Eagles to rise to the occasion and get this huge victory against Mozambique, because we need this friendly match victory. We've not seen a victory in a friendly match in a very long time. In qualifiers, we've been doing very well. And Francis Ozoho, they're a big suspect going to that particular game. Let's talk about the game between Nigeria and Saudi Arabia, the Green Falcons of Saudi Arabia. It was unfortunate. It ended 2-2, a draw. We should have won the game, but it was a show of shame for the goalkeeper, literally, because he didn't cover himself in glory. He had the opportunity to take things and actually stake a claim for himself, stake a claim for that number 1 jersey. But he didn't do that on the day, as he fluffed his lines time and time again, and ultimately it ended with Saudi Arabia coming back late in the game and actually drawing that particular game. Okay, away from that, let's talk money now. As it stands right now, if they can actually take us back to the first one there, as it stands, the Super Eagles, Cristiano Ronaldo is topping the list as the highest earner according to Forbes. $260 million is what he's earned in the year in view. All right, thanks to that particular move to Saudi Arabia, and also put into context, of course, his buoyant contract with the likes of Nike and other major brands, which is about 60 million. So as it stands, Ronaldo is the highest earner. And moving on, of course, Lionel Messi, certainly with 135 million, is the first MLS player to actually make this list since David Beckham. And thanks to his move to the MLS, it's actually helped. And let's talk about the fact that the Saudi guys have made some men very rich. One of them is Neymar Dos Santos Jr., because we know that certainly 112 million, all that most of it coming from the fact that he actually moved to Saudi Arabia. Kylian Mbappe, 110 million in number 5, and his boisterous contract and his very buoyant contract with Paris Saint-Germain actually is responsible for most of the money he's actually made in the year in view. And not forgetting Karim Benzema, Karim the Dream, as some would like to call him, 106 million pounds. Of course, most of it coming from that particular move from Real Madrid to the Saudi Pro League with Al Ittihad, and as it stands right now, 106 million. You can actually see the likes of Erling Haaland making the list, Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Kevin De Bruyne, and Harry Kane, who also moved from Tottenham Hotspur to Bayern Munich. Away from that, since we're still talking money, let's actually talk about the fact that right now, Sheikh Jassim has actually pulled out from the running to actually buy Manchester United, because he put up about 6.5 billion, which is almost twice the valuation of Manchester United on the New York Stock Exchange. And it's unfortunate that Manchester United still wanted more. And he's saying he's not going to bid against himself, because at the moment Manchester United rather are considering taking the offer of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, which is about 1.3 billion for 25% of Manchester United. When you look at that, the valuation means that it's in the region of about 5.6 billion, and Sheikh Jassim was offering 6.5 billion and another 1.3 for the renovation of the stadium and community development. But at the moment, the Glazers were not just biting. Of course, there was no appetite to sell, according to reports from inside sources concerning this particular deal. So let's find out. On Thursday, we'll find out if they've really accepted Sir Jim Ratcliffe's deal to take 1.3 billion for 25%. Away from that, let's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo once again. And I must say kudos to him. he has actually surpassed 200 caps for the Portuguese national team. This is a man that started representing Portugal since 2003. His first game was in August of 2003 against Kazakhstan, which they won 1-0. Ever since then, he's not looked back.
20 years.
Yes.
That's a long span.
That's a long span.
International
125 goals in that particular period of time. He's won the Euros with them. He's won the Euros Nation League with them. So it's been a very illustrious and a very fulfilling career. The mother was in the stands with tears in her eyes as they were celebrating her son because 200 caps. And at the moment, he's at 202 and still counting. Ronaldo, give it to him. And finally, let's talk about the Nigeria Professional Football League. And as it stands, we are in match day 3. Remo Stars going all the way to beat Bayelsa 2-1 in the league. And some other results have actually come in. I must say the league is actually waxing strong. For Sporting Lagos, they had the taste of defeat, the first taste of defeat, or being brought back to earth as it stands right now. But it is a good one. We are happy that the league is moving on, although people are still questioning that particular move by the IMC to decide to take it online. We'll be waiting for the numbers.
We want it on
We'll be
television.
waiting for the numbers to find out if it's actually successful or not.
We want it on television. Another question is, why can't our league be on our television, even if you wanted to put online? It's a good deal. People like Netflix too can buy into it. Why can't we have our deals on Netflix, on Prime, on all of that?
The appetite for the Nigeria Professional Football League is low.
Aaron.
Okocha he said that he would never apologize to anybody that is offended by the statement that at the moment he would rather watch the Premier League than to watch the Nigerian League.
The truth has to be said. They killed the appetite. This was the same league. Talking to you, used to go to Adamo Sigba Stadium in Ibadan to watch Shooting Stars.
But those were years.
See, the truth is, the
years gone by.
appetite is still there. It's because of the bad leadership and bad organization that killed the appetite. Despite the bad leadership and the quality of football is still there. If you spruce it up. Back in the days when we had the likes of Patrick Pascal, Patrick Mansa, Ajibade Babalade, Dukudi, Edith Agoye, the appetite was there. We can bring the appetite back. Put it on TV and you see people will not grow appetite for it. Right. It's because of the bad leadership and corruption all these years that has killed the league and making more moribund to this extent.
Okay.
All right, just moving away from Nigeria to Manchester United.
Yeah.
If Sir Ratcliffe goes ahead in terms of buying a stake as opposed to buying the entire club, I don't know how fans will receive that because the number of fans are not happy.
They want the Glazers out.
For the Glazers to be out 10 years.
But the Glazers are refusing to go anywhere, and they've insisted they are not going anywhere. They will not be forced out of their own investment. But they are saying that Manchester United right now,
they want something
that the debt is well over $1 billion.
All right, well, Ratcliffe has great plans. He wants to build a 90,000 capacity stadium. He wants to uplift the club. So hopefully if the deal is fully confirmed, even though it looks very likely, if it's fully confirmed, then Manchester United fans should at least have a glimmer of hope.
They're not happy about that. They're not happy about
the Glazers
that.
are still on board.
Regardless, they're not happy about that.
Okay. Sir Jim Ratcliffe.
Yeah.
The expectation is that the 6 Glazer siblings will vote and that they will allow him to get that 25%.
We'll find out on Thursday.
What happens with that stake? He had always wanted a minority stake, but he's asking for more. He wants to appoint a sporting director. Would that pose a threat to Eric Ten Hag? What happens to Eric Ten Hag? Now, he also wants to bring in his Inyo team to run the football side of things, run the operations, to revitalize the club. And truly, Manchester United needs, to wake up. They are 10th, I think, on the league table now. The last time they won Premier League was 2013.
Yes,
after Alex Ferguson retired. The last time they showed up very well in the Champions League was in 2008. So that club needs a fresh injection, not just about the debt, but also in terms of creativity. Will Jim Ratcliffe joining them? Will it make it?
I don't know. I doubt if they will give him that much control.
That is the question. Then the other thing, of course, is Ronaldo. You mentioned Ronaldo earlier on. I thought there was a story about him going to get 99 lashes, which I think Iranian authorities have denied.
That's a ridiculous story.
He kissed an artist who gave him 2 portraits, and I said, how is kissing and hugging now such a big issue?
Ronaldo is Saudi's golden goose.
Okay.
And nothing, absolutely nothing would touch him. And for the Saudi Pro League and also for their own image, because they're trying to do, they've been
marriage laws because of Ronaldo.
What is it?
They waived their marriage laws in Saudi because of this man.
Anyway,
So
this was in Tehran. This was in Tehran, in Iran. But you know, of course, Saudi Arabia and Iran, they are not necessarily on the same side of global
Ronaldo
politics.
at the moment has brought so much to the Saudi League. As a matter of fact, this revolution was built on the back of Ronaldo. And Emmanuel championing this particular revolution, I must actually say. And at the moment, Ronaldo is benefiting heavily from it. And I don't think that will change anytime soon. With the fact that he's also banging in goals with reckless abandon at the moment. Cristiano Ronaldo.
But maybe you should take a cue from this and know that in the Middle East, you don't go about kissing people.
Ronaldo will do what Ronaldo will always do. And he can almost get away with anything he does in the Middle East at the moment. For now, when his star power is beginning to wane, maybe something might happen.
Will it ever wane?
It will at some point. Okay. No one is king forever.
Maybe not enough to give him lashes. Not enough to do that. Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.